Scott's bar stank of hangovers and boiled meat. The air was thick, greasy, clinging to your skin like it had nowhere else to go. Broken lamps cast amber puddles across the scratched tables, and the patrons, drifters, mercs, gamblers with their last coin already spent, sat hunched like they were trying to disappear into themselves. It was a place for people with nowhere left, which made it perfect for me. I nursed a glass of something that might have once been whiskey when the door creaked open. The noise in the room barely shifted, but I felt it, a change in pressure, the smallest thread pulled taut. Isla stepped in. She didn't belong in this place, not by a long shot, but she walked like she did, chin up, eyes hard, hand resting too casually close to the weapon at her hip. Her shadow stretched long across the stained floorboards. She scanned the room once, and when her gaze locked on me, I knew what this was. She slid into the chair opposite, ordered nothing, just leaned forward, elbows on the table. "You've got work," she said. I grunted. "Figured you wouldn't stroll into this cesspit just to share the ambiance." Her mouth ticked, almost a smile. Almost. She passed me a thin slate, flickering blue with static. The contract glowed plain as day. Extraction. A biotech scientist locked inside the fight pits of Jastin 4. The man had tried to walk away from his masters, and they'd chained him as punishment, turned him into sport for the underground crowds. The job was to pull him out before he ended up torn to pieces. Isla didn't say more, she didn't have to. Jastin 4 greeted us with the stink of rain on rust. The city stretched high and wide, neon lights bleeding down walls of metal and stone. Every street felt too narrow, every corner too watched. The air buzzed with drone traffic overhead, but down here, the people pushed shoulder to shoulder in shadows. Vendors shouted from stalls where meat hissed on open flame. Kids darted between legs, their laughter swallowed by the clatter of machinery. And somewhere beneath it all, you could hear the hum, the power drawn into the pits where the real money was made. We moved fast, heads down, through alleys dripping with cables and half-dead signs. Isla kept pace like she'd walked these streets before, eyes sharp, hand near her weapon. She didn't waste words, but I caught the flicker of her gaze, the way she read the crowd the same way I did. Instinct, survival. It was familiar. The pit was an old reactor shaft, gutted and dressed in steel mesh. Bright hollow screens pulsed adverts, betting odds flashing as the crowd roared. Men and women pressed against the railing, their faces hungry, their pockets spilling credits. The scientist, Joran, was chained dead center, arms shackled high. His face was swollen, his lab coat torn to rags. He blinked through blood as the announcer's voice rattled through the chamber. And then the cages opened. They came out on all fours at first. Human once, maybe, but not anymore. Their bones had been stretched, reshaped, skin slick with a sheen like oil. Their jaws too wide, eyes too dark. They moved wrong, too fast, too jointless, like someone had sketched a human body from memory and decided close enough. The crowd screamed for blood. I glanced at Isla. She already had her pistol out, but her eyes were on me, steady, unflinching. We dropped in. The hybrids were faster than they had any right to be. One lunged, claws like hooked steel, and I barely ducked in time. My blade caught it across the throat. Not deep enough to kill, but enough to spray heat against my face. It howled, twisting bonelessly, and the crowd loved it. Isla fired sharp and clean, her shots cracking through the pit. One hybrid's skull split open, but another rushed her flank. I moved without thinking, carving through tendon before it reached her. She didn't thank me. Just reloaded, jaw set, like I'd done nothing unusual. Joran screamed against his chains, pulling as the hybrids circled. Two came at once. I felt the sting of claws rake my coat as Isla vaulted onto the back of one, driving her blade down through its spine. She landed light, eyes blazing, sweat across her brow. She fought like hell, fierce, precise. I couldn't stop the thought, too much of myself in her. The last hybrid fell twitching at our feet, the crowd howling their disappointment. We didn't give them time to breathe it in. Isla blasted the lock on Joran's chains and I hauled him to his feet. He staggered, legs shaking, but we didn't wait. Security flooded the tunnels, heavy boots, shouts, rifles ready. Isla shoved Joran forward while I laid down fire, the corridors choking with smoke. Sparks spat from blown panels, alarms shrieking. We ran hard, dodging down service shafts slick with oil, past walls scratched with old graffiti. One guard rounded the corner. Isla shot first. No hesitation. We didn't stop until the cold air of the docks hit us, the wretched light looming like a shadow in the rain. We bundled Joran inside, engines already whining. As the ship lifted, the city shrank beneath us. All neon grime and hungry lights, the pit's roar fading into distance. Later, silence filled the cabin. Joran slept fitful in the med chair, his wrists raw. Isla leaned against the bulkhead, cleaning her pistol with steady hands. I sat across, watching her in the quiet. The way she moved, focused, unflinching, carrying more weight than anyone her age should. The reflection of neon city light flickered across her face. I didn't say a word, didn't need to. But something settled heavy in my chest, a pull I couldn't name and wouldn't. The job was done. Another day, another contract. But the silence between us spoke louder than anything.
Now, that is the end for this one. Make sure you come back for more, and like and subscribe. See you soon.